stepping close, heat in your breath. We're dancing like we're flirting with death. The way you move, I can't look away. But we both know there's more to this play. A touch, a tease, it's all in the game. I'm not saying it, but you know my name. Come a little closer, don't be shy. You feel the spark, so let's not lie. We're more than this, more than skin. The heat is rising, let's begin. It's getting hot under the collar, can you feel the flame? We're dancing on the edge, but who's to blame? Every step's a tease, every word's a tale. The fire's in your eyes and I'm caught in the stare. Beneath the rhythm, spice in the sound. We're moving faster, lost but found. Can't take the heat, then step aside. But if you're ready, let's enjoy the ride. Your fingers trail a hint of fire. You're saying nothing but there's desire. A twist of hips, a glance so slow. We're moving close, but where will this go? There's rhythm in every sigh you take. Let's see how far this dance can break. Feel that burn, it's more than just play. We're in the heat, no time to stay. You bring the heat, I'll bring the spark. We'll light the night, let's leave our mark. It's getting hot under the collar, can you feel the flame? We're dancing on the edge, but who's to blame? Every step's a tease, every word's a dare. The fire's in your eyes and I'm caught in the stare. Heat beneath the rhythm, spice in the sound. We're moving faster, lost but found. Can't take the heat, then step aside. But if you're ready, let's enjoy the ride. Close, closer, feel the spark ignite. We're not backing down, we'll take the night. Whispers in the heat, dancing through the flame. We'll twist and turn, it's all part of the game. It's getting hot under the collar, can you feel the flame? We're dancing on the edge, but who's to blame? Every step's a tease, every word's a dare. The fire's in your eyes and I'm caught in the stare. Heat beneath the rhythm, spice in the sound. We're moving faster, lost but found. Can't take the heat, then step aside. But if you're ready, let's enjoy the ride.
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go? go out of my own way.
A shadow in the crowd, a whisper lost in time. I feel the pull, the rhythm in my mind. The neon flickers, the city hums below. In the storm there's a fire that begins to glow. I'm lost in the noise but I hear the call. It's pulling me deeper, I start to fall. Can you hear it? The beat beneath the steel. In every swing I feel it's something real. Can you hear it? The beat beneath the steel. In every swing I feel it's something real. There's a flicker in the dark, a spark in the night, caught between the shadows, reaching for the light. The rhythm pounds, the metal screams, we're dancing in between the dreams. In chaos I feel alive, the swing of time I can't deny. A flicker in the dark, we rise, we fall. In this world we've seen it all. Heavy like a heartbeat, the weight pulls me low, but in the groove I feel the flow. The bass line hits like the crack of chains. In every note I release my pain. This carnival of life spins round and round, and the music's fire, I won't be bound. Can you feel it? The fire beneath the skin. In every swing the storm begins. There's a flicker in the dark, a spark in the night, caught between the shadows, reaching for the light. The rhythm pounds, the metal screams, we're dancing in between the dreams. In the chaos I feel alive, the swing of time I can't deny. A flicker in the dark, we rise, we fall. In this world we've seen it all. The weight is heavy, but I'm still standing tall. The echoes call, they break the walls. I'm torn between the dark and the light, but I won't let go, not tonight. The weight is heavy, but I'm still standing tall. The echoes call, they break the walls. I'm torn between the dark and the light, but I won't let go, not tonight. There's a flicker in the dark, a spark in the night, caught between the shadows, reaching for the light. The rhythm pounds, the metal screams, we're dancing in between the dreams. In the chaos I feel alive, the swing of time I can't deny. A flicker in the dark, we rise, we fall. In this world we've seen it all. In the dark it calls my name, in the groove we're never the same.
you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Okay. What's up, guys? Hold on. Maybe you guys can hear me. Okay. You guys can hear me? My guy's not talking. Let's get things started up here. Let's see. Calibrate. Okay. Testing. Okay. Lip sync settings. I always have to adjust this for some reason. Okay, testing. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing good. We're set. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is music's still too loud, in my opinion. Might not be the same for everybody, but for me, it's. I feel if I turn it down too low, then you guys can hear it. You can't hear it. I'm not trying to mute the audio. Just trying to make sure that I can hear and you can hear. Okay. We're down. We're down to a decent level. I think I can work with. Need be, I can adjust it some more. Hope everybody's doing good. You know, ready to get to work on a project I've been working on. Don't normally do this sort of thing. Not because I'm not confident in my work. It's just it's rare for me to ever show my material and stuff I'm working on in the background, because I am super critical of myself. So we're gonna try this out today, and you know, we'll just have me and Navi up here on the screen, and I'll turn on her voice thing in a minute, and we'll be up here and chilling, listening to music while I'm working on the project. You guys can ask questions if you like, and I'll just be talking and vibing as I'm going. Yeah. Let me just transition this over. So I am currently working on can't see on the screen because I'm not showing you this part. This is a little bit more but what I am going to show you is the part you're going to get to see today. Where's that? There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm working on some models for what's up, Azul? On some models for my I hadn't really talked about it. It's my manga / webtoon comic I'm working on to be in the background, like it's like a lore project, be more in depth of, you know, all the experiences I come from, as well as anything leading up to like a nice story arc I can run with it, leading up to like Cyber City, and then maybe if I enjoy making this webtoon thing, maybe I'll do more with it. But for now, I'm just working on the raw details of it, translating all of my experiences from my life and what led up to who I am today, and turning it into like symbolic, you know, story that actually, you know, makes sense in lore format. So what I like to do, what is one of the things I really enjoy doing, is I like to create models. And sometimes when I'm making these models, it's like a world of meditation for me, kind of like when I'm making music. But you know, when I first started out, I was just doing it as a hobby to make like avatars for VR chat and stuff like that. But I realized, you know, I really enjoyed using VRoid Studio. Not too many get a hang of it. Some kind of discredit it sometimes, because they think that the models end up coming out cheap. That's just because you have to take the time to learn how to work it like any other software. So as you can see, my model, come on, do the hands. I made, you know, my model using VRoid Studio. Every single piece I've made in this model is from VRoid Studio. I mean, not all the elements. I had to draw and grab resources and patterns and stuff like that. But the whole model was built inside VRoid Studio. And I mean, it took me some good months to figure out it. But the one thing I learned is like, if you can learn how to tweak different body parts and clothing and different stuff like that, you can just about make anything. And plus, I like the fact that Ari gives armatures to the model. I have a very hard time doing stuff like Blender and stuff like that, creating armatures. Like, I don't do good doing models that don't already have armature capabilities. And who knows, maybe I'll learn that more later on. But for now, I'm just gonna do something I enjoy. And while I'm thinking about it, I was saying that I don't normally show my raw material like this. I don't work on raw stuff in front of an audience or in front of other people. Like, for some reason that makes me like super nervous, because I'm already super critical of myself. So if I'm sitting next to other people working on my stuff, sometimes I get like nervous because I'm already critical of myself, and I'm worried they might criticize my work while I'm criticizing my work. And so I had to I don't know, I had to think about a new direction of doing things when I finally took on this Oni persona. And I think the one thing that I enjoy doing, which I was thinking about just a moment ago before I got up here, is the way I took on my life of creating stuff. Because in the past, I would think about ideas that I wanted to create, but I'd always fail to get somewhere with it because I would be too critical of myself, and then I wouldn't make it because it didn't turn out the way I wanted. So when I took on being Oni, like building up the persona of Oni and all the stuff I was creating with it, I was just going with the flow. Like, every little piece I was doing was just me just doing it, you know, just going along with what can come out of it. What can I learn and what can I piece together without thinking too far ahead? And so, you know, 6 months later, I've got this cool model that I worked on, which I was working on in the background while I was doing other stuff. And, you know, I've made so many different styles of like music and, you know, some other art pieces I've done, but I've been going with the flow, man. I appreciate every piece of work I do now because of that mentality. But enough rambling. We're here to see art, right? We're here to see art. So anyway, I was doing some notes. That's why I'm not like currently on the screen right now. I was doing some notes on the other side because I was working on the story side while I was waiting, because I didn't want to start working without showing off, you know. So, of course, you've already got me. My last little model I did for Navi, which I forgot to turn her voice on. I did like a little 3D avatar for her. But now I'm working on some characters for the webtoon, and so I've made one for like this, and I've also got to go back and redo some of my old models to give it more like detail and art of before the whole cybernetic stuff happened. But I was working on some of the other characters that are important, which if you end up deciding to follow my stuff, you'll find out later who these people are. But I was working on this one here last before going on to this ogre chief guy over here. I actually took on what I like to do when I'm making these models now, to make things
Broke. I only have 2 cents in my name.
Why does that not even sound?
2 cents. Cough it up.
I don't hear that. It's weird. I saw it, didn't hear it though. Properties. Let's see why that didn't work. Control audio. Let's see why that didn't work. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'm broke. I only have 2 cents in my name.
Still don't hear it. That's weird.
That's 2 cents. Cough it
It
up.
says it's playing it though. Maybe I don't have it set to where I can hear it, which is possible. Monitor and output is on. Monitor off. Monitor and output back on. Weird. I'm always running into bugs every time I'm doing these freaking streams, man. Also, project might be delayed again. Got some not nice news a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, Azul. Hope everything's okay. You can shoot me a text about it later if you want to. You don't have to broadcast if you don't want to do it up here. Oh, freeze lice water. Oh, freeze lice water. What? Sorry for the wall of text there. Nah, that's cool. It's cool. I want to know why it's not working. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I want to know why it's not. Is it? Are you guys hearing it on your side? Like, is it coming through on your side when the little sound alerts come up? Like.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Can hear it. Okay, so I just can't hear it. Beautiful. Just wonderful. Computer's been doing some really weird volume control stuff. I have not figured out what's causing the problem, but I'm gonna move on. All right. So as I was saying, when I like to make my models, I've been trying to keep with like a similar art style for like different things I do. So what I'll do is I'll just take a model I've already made that I've liked the style of, and just copy it over and then start doing it. What's up, Haas? Doing good?
I'm broke. I only have 2
Yep,
cents in my
2
name.
cents is 2 cents.
That's 2 cents.
So
Cough it up.
I was kind of finished messing with the concept of this one. I mean, as you can see, I still have to work on like her dress and per se, but the body and height of her have already set in place. But one thing I thought was really fun was designing her face. Like you can see like her eyes, like her hue of her eyes and the brain thinky, where it's like the makeup around the eyes, eyeshadow, thank you. But yeah, I really enjoyed putting her face together, because it took a lot more detail to work on the eyes and get like the right colors that would like blend well together, as well as with the body. But I'll have to take some time later to adjust some of her. I don't know if I'll adjust her skin anymore. Like it's the tone I want it to be, kind of like pale, which is what I intended. I don't know if I need to put in more detail before I put it through processing of like making my panels, because the hardest part with I've been experimenting with making the panels for my webtoon stuff is figuring out what's actually going to show up, because once it becomes compressed and smaller, some details won't be seen anymore. Yeah. But no, now I'm working on this guy. And so what I did to make things easier on me, because as you can tell, I mean, I'm already a type of boger, so I'm not going to make it harder on myself to make a whole nother type of boger. Instead, I'll just take my model, copy it over, and you know, work it from there. I mean, of course, gonna have to enlarge on his horns, stuff like that. The only thing I dislike about working with Vroid is whenever I'm working with Vroid, it's not big body friendly. Like by default, just for example, let's see, tops. I think it was inner top. So how do I just not show this for a second? Save that so I don't lose my progress. Come on. Anyway, so let me see. Just trying to take it off him for a second. Presets. Give him a tank top real quick. Give it a second. Okay, so normally that's not like that. I think it's because I deleted his body already. Let me see. Sit body. I don't want to give something weird, because this thing can get weird. So as you can see, the basic body of like Vroid is small and thin, and so to counteract that kind of stuff, you have to use Vroid's bodysuit setting. So let me just get rid of this again. Maybe it's outfit instead. Custom. So you have to use Vroid's bodysuit in order to add more depth. And so you have to sit and you have to take time. Yeah, exactly. So you have to sit and take time to play around with the different pieces of meshes on here in order to fill things out. And even then, even after you've gone through everything, sometimes it's not quite right until you're ready to like put other clothing and stuff on. So like for instance, my what's up, virus? I'm getting hacked right now. Oh my goodness. Dang. Incoming. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining in and listen to me rant about my model stuff. So anyway, we being creative up in here. Yeah, we being some creative up in here. You've seen all the raw stuff of me building models. So as I was saying, it's not easy to get Vroid to give you a nice nice body. Okay, so like even my model, I had to get rid of the actual inner body and create a bodysuit because they're not big people friendly and they're not muscle friendly either. So you have to make muscle and fat. Otherwise it just looks like a more detailed stick figure in a sense. I think that's why a lot of people don't care for working with Vroid Studio because of that. Your demon is looking spicy. If you get hacked mid-dress change, just blame it on my Gitchy code. I'm not blaming it on you. Still don't know why I can't hear you either. All my sound is gone. I'm getting all my dings in my chat, which is normally a thing that stops working. Maybe I have you muted or something. Oh well, who cares? Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on this guy, which is supposed to be like an ogre chief in my webtoon. Still trying to balance things out because I was working on his head design first, but the thing that bothers me is like I like the design of his head and his face, but right now I'm working with his body and it just doesn't fit, you know what I mean? Doesn't feel like a fit. Like I feel like there needs to be more depth here, you know. No neck. Yeah, I was kind of, so I don't know. Give context of what I was going for. Let me see if I can find it. No butt either. Yeah, doesn't have a butt yet either. Let me see if I can find my context for this so you can see what I'm working with here. Now whenever I make my concept art for this, I usually have Pat help me out with this and then I just kind of translate it in my own way. So it's I never expect myself to get 100% close to what my concept work is going to be. I just let it kind of make me something to work off of so I can have an imagery in my head. Where is it? Okay, so let me see if I can get to where you can see this because this is nowhere near this. All right, so don't tease me. Let me see. So yeah, this is what I had it make me just to kind of help me see, you know, what a fully depth like ogre body would probably be more close like for the style I'm going for. As you can see, you kind of don't see his neck either, but at the same time you can tell that there's some neck there. But right now I'm really struggling with getting his body here, because if I can work this out here, then I can come back up here and rework this up here. So I'm gonna continue on and like try to work him as I'm going. And y'all are willing to just, you know, stick around and crack jokes and laugh at my raw material as I'm working here, or you can just, you know, play nice or I'll eat you. But anyway, I'm gonna keep reworking him right now so I can finally get the right depth I want. So let's see. biggest thing that I try to leave alone at first is increasing the body build, because if you mess with that, it starts to become like a balloon character. And even though it gives like a lot more depth, it's not right if you don't even things out. So I try to leave those alone for a majority of the time until I actually need it. Because I mean, look at those balloon fingers. Like, they're thick. I wanted them to be thick, but you know, in this stage when you're not, when you're not putting them into poses and stuff, it all looks like super stuck together. Better bump up that pixel booty and stretch out that cyber spine. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Why are you not talking? Let's see. Oh, it's set so you make noise. Weird. Oh well. Who cares? I don't care. I do care. I always care for some reason. Even when I say I don't care, I usually don't care. But I'm not messing with it. I'm not messing with it. It's with the model. Do work, Oni. Stop getting distracted. It's one of my biggest problems. I tend to get distracted sometimes. All the time. Every time. Let me see. Mess with the shoulders earlier. Mess with the thighs. Don't want to flatten the collarbone. Flatten the upper chest. Does something weird like that, so it doesn't really work out the way you think. Flatten pectorals. Just makes it weird. You know what I mean? Makes it all alien-like. See, I don't care for these flattening features. Like, I could probably add more depth using that feature. Like, that helps at least even out his muscles, but at the same time, like, I actually want him to be bulkier, you know what I mean? So let's see if we can do something. We're gonna go to 200. Now, note, if you're ever messing with Vroid Studio and you want to play around with these numbers, they don't have to be just what's set in the thing. It just kind of gives you like those safe boundaries, but you can play around with those. Like, I'm gonna take this up to 500. Look what it is. See? Now it's just weird, right? But you can do it. It's possible. You can make some really weird stuff if you want to mess around with the numbers. Go down to like a 200. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm gonna just go back down to the 100. I might leave that. I might come back. Flatten butt. Okay, so we don't want it the butt like that. Like, it doesn't actually, when it says flat, it's not really flattening it. It's when it says flat, it's actually flattening out the polygons, so that way there's less faces when it comes out. So you gotta think in the concept of the model being flattened, not the actual butt itself. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. We want more faces because we need that booty. So I'm gonna try -100 and see what that does. Yeah, that doesn't really work. It gives him a little bit of cheek there. I mean, but no, we're not doing that. Flatten thigh gap. Crank those numbers till he's got more volume than my error logs. Also, you're not using the emotes right, Navi. Flatten thigh gap. Let's see how much change there. So we're gonna take that back down to 0. Not gonna flatten the arms. Not flatten around the, well, yeah, we're not flattening the elbows either. Flatten legs, that's a no. I already did flattening to the fingers because it's, it helps give them a little bit more of that, probably a little bit more realistic look, the fingers, because otherwise they're just balloon fingers. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Stretching, you can stretch them out, but then it turns into claws. I don't want him to have claws. I want him to have fingers. Not adding heel. I rounded out his feet already, which, as you can see, that's why I deleted the body earlier, and I can't remember how I got rid of it. So, let me see something here. I might have forgotten to save it. That's probably why it's not there. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to create new and let's edit the texture. We're just gonna delete this. Oh, it's not there. Save as new item. So you want to make sure everything you do in here, if you're going to keep that, you want to make sure you're saving your changes in here. It'll stay even if you reload the project, but if you ever try like bring it up in a new project, it won't be there. Like all these assets I make in here can be used in all the other projects you make on that same computer, but if you don't save it, it's not going to be there. Let me go back down. So yeah, it goes all the way down to the feet. So there's not much I can change here without maybe adding some more bulk. So let's just try to add a little bit more bulk and see what happens. An expand bodysuit kind of does the same thing, adds more bulk onto it. It just, 1, 2, and 3 allows you to add more and more as you go. Cyber sculptor mode, indeed. So whenever you mess with these, you just gotta remember that you gotta come back through and redesign everything else that you were messing with, because that's why I hate messing with this part, because if I'm working things out along the body, I'm gonna have to go back and change it again. So let's see. Let me go back and give him some neck. Go back over to the body and give him some neck length. There we go. Now he has a little bit more neck. That kind of helps shape it out. Yes, thank you, Navi. Thank you for reminding that. See, why can I hear you now, but you won't say anything before? I swear, you're just being a little pest. That's who you are. I worked so hard to make you your own 3D model, and you barely talk to me now. See how it is. Eat me a KFC pie pocket thingy. Oh. Nom. Yeah, well. Continuing on. Alright, I might be able to do some adjustments here. Only problem is messing with the chest makes it come out as like boobs. So if I do that, start getting boobies into the booby territory. So I try to avoid using that as much as possible. As you can see on my own model, I got a portion away in there to kind of give me that, you know, that nice pectoral thing going here. But you go too far and then you get man boobs. So I have to be careful with that. Probably gonna have to take the hand size down now that I've adjusted the body. So let's see what happens. Yeah, that just makes it too small now. Maybe we can about right there. It's probably safe. Waist width. Let's see if we can take that up. Oh no. No, that goes, all the Krabby Patties go straight to his thighs. Nope. Nope. Come on, take it back. There we go. All right. Chest prominence. I can't remember exactly what that did. I think, yeah, that kind of takes some like in and out. If I wanted them to stick out more, I could always do like that. But then again, you're flying back into boob territory if you don't adjust it. So we're not gonna do that. Shoulders. I don't think I need to mess with the shoulders. Just for sake. For shoulders. It might not be bad. Dynamic symmetry protocol. Just don't get nerfed the claws too hard. Well, I'm not making him a villain. This guy's not even a villain. So, yeah. Got it wrong, Navi. You're wrong again. I swear, why do you make noise when I call upon you, but you don't want to say anything out loud? You're a jerk, you know that? I'm not even talking to you anymore. Alright, I don't need to make my taller. I do need to bring that arm length back down, though. I am very picky. That's why it takes me like 6 months just to make one good model. Back to outfit. Now I could always add clothing, add more depth, which might help me in the long run. But I don't really plan on having him like naked. At the same time, when I put clothes over top, I don't want it to, you know, miss anything out. There's gotta be a way I can add more, at least some more depth around here. Maximize arm bulk, increase bulk from, that's from down below. Leg bulk, which I might need to add some more of that, actually. Yeah. Any chance you make something cuddly? Maybe? Maybe. But that probably won't be until like later into the series, so I haven't quite gotten to that part of the story stuff yet. Because so the idea is for as the Oni story takes place, I start out in the real physical world. I'm not Oni yet, and I go through all the hardship and experiences that push me towards transcending off into the digital plane. So all the cool and bright colored and vibrant things of the digital world will probably be what holds on to the whole possibility of like cuddly aspects and stuff like that. Digital MC. When you say digital MC, are you talking about MC in what context?
Here we go.
Main character. Oh yeah. All right. Gotcha. Yes, pretty much, yeah. And so, yeah, the idea, yeah, like an anime. So the idea is for whenever somebody from the physical world goes to the digital one, they take on. Got to sleep. Oh, you're good. You're good. I was gonna just say, like, when a person goes to the physical world, they go to the digital world, they kind of take on who they actually are from the soul, or whatever they're striving to be, and transform into that. It's kind of like I don't know if you've seen I think the movie's called Belle, wherein they put on those things to go in the digital world. You see what they are on the inside or whatever. It's kind of like that in a sense. Kind of got some inspiration from that in a way. But I'll make sure to check out your message later as well. Just make sure you take care of yourself. Don't overdo it. Never heard of it? You never heard of Belle? Really? So, oh, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. It's like one of my favorite movies. It's kind of like a spin on the whole concept of Beauty and the Beast, but different. Let's see. Show you the screen real quick. Yeah, so this is Belle. And I mean, it's a really beautiful movie. It made me cry for sure. But it's like Beauty and the Beast, and I don't want to spoil anything because if I spoil it, then you'll know why it's like Beauty and the Beast and why it's also not like Beauty and the Beast. But it's really good. Oh, Bill, no. Yeah, I really like the concept of that movie and the idea of becoming what you are on the inside on the internet. I thought that was pretty cool. Because I was always a fan of like isekai animes, but this took the cake for me. Visuals are pretty. Yeah, they are. We should totally do a movie night, Azul. In the server, we should try to do like a movie night. Or Navi. Her emote system's not working properly today. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Let's see. probably the best I'm gonna get in depth here. I'm gonna have to use clothes. Let's just watch out for the black screens. Yeah. Cosmetic static. My protocols are moonwalking tonight. Be backup popcorn delivery, just say glitch. Yeah, that too. Some sites don't let you stream. I've heard some from my partner who does some stuff with her friends online. They're able to do some sites that let you do it, so I just have to figure out how to make it work. I used to little backstory here. I used to run VR chat movie nights for a group one time. But it became too much like a side job for me that I had to quit. But it was fun when, you know, they didn't have all the issues about all the changes that happened to VR chat that locked some stuff down on some of these sites that were running this stuff. But I would run like little movie nights within VR chat. Those were fun. I enjoyed those days. I guess it's time to put some clothes on this guy, and then I can rework him as I go. The biggest issue I have with making clothes for models like this is you have to use material that works like a bodysuit. Putt-putt was fun. I did enjoy the putt-putt very much. I was talking to Juju the other day, and he said he got worn out, and he said he got bored, and I'm just like, just wait for the next time. The next time's gonna be a little bit more chaotic. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing next. I just said that just to get under his bubble. All right, let's give this big guy some pants to start with. So the biggest thing with pants is you can't really put pants over a regular bodysuit. Why? Because you won't see it unless they have options that work like a bodysuit. So let me see if it will work like a bodysuit, and it does. So as long as the clothes have the same options as the bodysuit. What sucks is that my plans are ruined. What plans are ruined? Pardon the cats. Do I need to check the message now? I feel like I need to check the message now. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I'm just gonna read it silently. So. Ah, I see. I understand. Yep. You know what, Azul? Don't feel bad about that kind of stuff, you know? I'll text you more personally on that note, so I don't like put it out here on the stream, but don't feel too bad about that stuff. It's okay to ask for help. It really is. You know. I personally have learned it's okay to reach out for help when you need it. I did not know that I could reach out and find really good friends and people that were willing to help me out. And like, just for example, I posted out that message about needing help, like from a mod standpoint, because I always do everything myself. I always try to do everything myself. I feel like I'm too much of a burden, that I shouldn't ask for help. And that's not right. You shouldn't feel like a burden. It's okay to ask. The respectful thing, it needs to come from the person on the other side, and respectably be able to talk to you about it if they can't help. Mod stuff is not too much of an issue. Well, I felt like it was, you know? To me, it felt like that's a heavy load to put onto somebody else, especially with how much I have like planned and stuff I want to do. I don't want I don't want to drop everything on top of another person. So, but you know, things like that, not trying to put the stuff out there unless you want to give me fairies. I feel that. I feel that. I really feel that though. Little bit of cool news that I haven't really talked about much. Me and my studio have been working on making all my VTubing stuff, and anybody else that's collaborating with me and the Carnival group. My studio is trying to put me on the front side, so maybe some extra funding there. We don't know. We gonna see. It's okay, Azul. It's okay. I understand. But I promise we will talk more about that later, and we will find you some options. I am your friend, and I am here to help. Pants crisis detected. Recommended protocol override. Swap by suit for cosmic disco shorts. Azul, reboot your dreams when ready. No, we're not doing disco shorts. Oh, goodness. Oh my golly. I've been doing some rework to try to redo and learn AI stuff so I can program Navi by myself. I'm a little bit fuck, I said your name again. I'm a little bit concerned about doing stuff like that because I might make her too powerful. Okay, so they only got like 2 layers I can mess with. Yes, I'm running to code your chaos. So yeah, as long as you have clothes that work like bodysuits, then you can also work them like the bodysuit. Because otherwise, just for note, let's say I decide to put on a shirt. Just one for example that I know is not going to work properly. Let's just say we'll give them a suit and tie for a second, like that. Okay. You can. I was writing down the Pokédex in a notebook because I was feeling a little manic. It helped. That's good. So you can add volume to stuff like this, but even if you tried to like take it up a notch, it never really fits right with. Never really fits right with the character's body, so it just takes over. So you really can't. Got up to Johto. Dang. How many regions is it before Johto? Yeah, now he just looks like a Batman in a little coat or something like that. So it doesn't really work. So you have to pick stuff or make stuff. Just Kanto? Okay, so yeah, then it's 2 regions. You have to make clothes that either have bodysuit capabilities, or pick ones that make bodysuits, or just try to make everything from scratch. Now, I do not have the skills currently to take my avatars out of VR Studio and go into Blender and add accessories. I know there are other creators that do that, but I do not currently own that skill, and it stresses me out to try it. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but it stresses me out a little bit, and I think it's because whenever I try to take my models out of Blender and over into when I'm trying to make stuff for this is VR Studio, so where's that? Let's see if I can show it up here. I didn't mean to click that button. And Eroid Studio. So then when I try to take it back out of Blender and into stuff like Unity to do for like my VR chat avatars, it screws up all my armatures and all my posing systems, and it upsets me. So I drop it. It just, my brain can't mentally with my busy schedule. My brain just can't mentally handle it right now. But if you get it through Steam, it'll just automatically update for you. And they've got a lot of good features right now, and they're constantly rolling up new stuff. I am hoping that they'll eventually give a little bit more support to bigger bodies, but who knows, you know? No guarantees there. At least they've given more bodysuit support than when they first had the bodysuits. But you can also find a lot of cool resources and stuff made by other people. Especially if you go to Booth. I think it's booth.pm, I think. Double check that. Booth.pm. Yeah, okay, so there's booth.pm. Not everything. Oh my goodness. You're not gonna believe this. So imagine the first thing I see up here reminds me of you. So I'll show you. I did not expect this to happen. This was just random, but you ended up on my screen. Anyway, if you go on Booth, you can go up and look for different stuff for different projects, especially when it comes to Vroid. So let's just say I type in Vroid up here. And just make sure you have your language set to English or whatever language you need it for. And you can find a whole bunch of stuff that people have made, and as long as you use it properly and they ask for credit in certain areas and stuff like that, you can find a lot of cool stuff up here. Now, not everything costs money. There's some stuff that people have put out here for free. And of course, the stuff that people put more time into, they're going to ask for money for those. But you can find a lot of stuff that they just put out for free that they weren't worried about making any more money off of. And you can take it, and you don't have to leave it the way they've designed it. You can take that stuff and then redesign it to make it your own way. So like, you'll find a lot of like different clothing options that you can get up here, and take certain layers out, put layers in, and all that stuff. The one thing I like to do, for me personally, is I like to play around with what Vroid already has sometimes, especially since they've updated a lot of their stuff. But let me see something here. All right, so this, for reference, this jacket here was not my, like, the layers themselves were not my original design. The patterns, everything I put into it, though, that's all mine. So let me just make this big enough so you can see it. That's maybe too big. Because I have to go layer by layer. And I'm just being a goober. Anyway, I'll go in here real quick so you can see. So as you can see, I've got like multiple different layers I have pieced together just to make this piece. But then you've also got the piece for the hoodie thing that goes on the back, because it's not connected by itself. You have to make that. I've got layers for that. And then you've got a piece for the shirt on the inside, which you can't see right now. But if I were to let's see, expand this, then you can start to see the suit come out. Each pieces of these are actually made from a bodysuit format, except for the hoodie. The hoodie actually came from we're not going to save that, from one of the pieces that Vroid Studio already had, which was like a hoodie material, whatever. The only thing that I wish I could do a little bit easier was make it where the hoodies could actually flap over. But you have to have more Blender experience with that. I just don't have the time for that, as I said. But I'm gonna get back to making this guy. Hope you're flapping my jaw. This is why I don't get shit done. Frickin' yap. Eat your pie, Oni, and go to work, you slave. So I can probably use these shorts to help me. It's not like I really want him to have pants. I know how to use it as a musical instrument. Does that count? Use what as a musical instrument? Pie? What? I'm so confused now. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Oh, Blender. Okay, that makes sense. I see what you did there. Now I'm gonna put you to the test on that. You better show up with a Blender next time I see you on VR chat and making some music. I won't believe you unless you show up with it. Oh. Let's see. Margarita. I want a margarita, please. All right, let's see. We're gonna edit this texture. I'm gonna get rid of these plaid insides because that just doesn't really fit, I don't think. Let's just delete that. We don't need that anymore. I'll just delete that whole layer to begin with. Now, I need to redesign this so it looks a little bit more like my concept with the kind of primitive style of clothing. So I'm probably gonna have to take this layer right here out and take it over to my GIMP program and just redesign it. So I'm going to export that, and let's see, I save it in the right folder. You guys can't see my folders, and I don't want you to see my dirty laundry here. Let's see, new folder. Let's see. Okay. New folder, outfit. New folder, shorts. Open and shorts. I have folders upon folders upon folders. I think that's just skills I picked up from organizing through computers and development stuff. So let me move over to GIMP, and then I'll show you guys what I do in GIMP. Brush as the waves break wide. That's not the right window. Boundary metaphors. Yes. So happy you got that, Navi. Go do some laundry. Go do some laundry. All right. So gonna open. And let's see. Oni. Series, characters, Ogre Chief, outfit, shorts, and shorts. Folding pixels like fresh socks. You don't. I don't. Do you fold socks? Do people fold socks? I don't fold socks. I just roll them up together or just throw them in a sock drawer. Honestly, I just throw them in a sock drawer. I don't even bother pairing them up until I'm looking for them. So I'm going to redesign these shorts. Do this one of two. I roll mine into a rose, to be honest. Roll into a rose. Dang, that has taken like the extra step, but I imagine that helps with space though, if you think about it. So I can do this one of two ways, but the first thing I need to do is I need to select everywhere that's not drawn over. So I'm going to select that. And then it's simple and kind of pretty. Yeah. And I'm going to invert it, so that way all you can edit is this area. Now I can do this one of two ways. I can either just draw over it with like different colors or hand draw things, which I hardly ever do. Instead, what I like to do sometimes is I will either go through my collection of patterns I have waiting for me, or I'll go up to my chat and I'll ask it. And what's really cool is I learned ChatGPT can generate some really decent patterns you can draw with. For example, let me show you something real quick. Let's see. Where are you? Where did I save it? Maybe I can pull it up in here. Open. Oni-1 graphics. Let's see if I can find it. Open something up that I'm not ready to open. Nope, not that. Come on now. Thought this was all organized. Anyway, for reference, so I had it. I was doing some like pre-Oni designing stuff for my model, and come on, stupid thing. Screw it. And so I asked it to make me some like wear and tear patterns that I could draw over top of the clothes. And so it made stuff like mud splatters and scratches and patches that worked really well. And I was really impressed. It's the first time I ever asked it to do anything like that. I've made other patterns before, but nothing that required a wear and tear. But I think for this one, I'm going to try to give it that old tunic style layer. So I'm gonna see if I can ask it to do something for me real quick. Okay, let me just ask it to do something for me real quick. And you create me a pattern for my GIMP program to disclose something simple like cloth. So you can go up on chat, just ask it to, think about it in detail, what kind of like pattern you're looking for, and it should be able to work you some designs that you can then take into GIMP or any painting program that you prefer to use. You can turn that into like a paintbrush pattern. Taking a moment to think about what I asked it to do. Sometimes I neon paint splatter. Maybe. No. We can do just about anything, honestly. Excuse me. That jacket I was showing earlier, I had it make me a pattern for that jacket, and that's why it's got all that slightly I guess you could call it like scrap. I am numbing. I'm eating some KFC apple pie bites they've got. My dinner came late, so I'm like working and eating. Oh, so I'm like hungry. Been extra hungry lately too. Need to get back to exercise. Otherwise I'm become a big old fat pig. I don't know if you guys can hear me patting on my belly. A little bit concerned. All right, come on, chat. Work a little bit faster than that. Sorry, I need to sleep now, or try to. All right, Azul. I'll catch you later. Take care of yourself and get some sleep and be kind to yourself, and you know, we'll talk later. Come on, chat. Work faster. Probably because I'm running all these other programs. It probably doesn't want to now. Gets like that. It gets very picky if I'm using something else. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'm just going to download each file it gave me, because sometimes it gives me stuff that's either blank or hard to see. I'm just going to try a couple and see. Let's see what it gives me. So we're going to open, and so it gave me a couple options to go off of. So it's got some cloth weave. I don't care for the colors, but I could always just make that like, I could always copy this and then select like the black and white version of it. So let's just do it for example real quick. Now that I've got that selected, I can do stuff like this. Oh, also to note, forgot to turn something off. Mode is normal and I want it black. So yeah, there we go. So you could do stuff like that, or you know, if you really want to play around with like the tools of GIMP, you can mess around with like dynamics and jitter, spacing. So it'll only do it every few spaces if you hold on to it. Stuff like that. I don't really want to do that pattern though. I want something like more basic cloth. So I'm probably going to go with something more like this. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm actually going to do the colored version. See how this turns out. Increase the size. And we're just going to kind of do something like that. Now what I can do with this, which is really cool, is I can export this as its own layer. I'm going to turn that into Shorts 1. And then I'm going to go back to my Vroid program, which let me move that over for you. And I can put this in as a new layer instead of erasing the other one. I'll do it as a new layer. It'll go over top. Now, at first, it just looks kind of word for it, kind of generic or cheap. So what I can do is I can leave the old layer up here, and then I'm going to actually change the drawing mode of this right here. And what it's going to do is, like, say for instance I click multiply, it kind of puts like an overlay to what you had underneath, and then it kind of blends everything together. So for instance, like my Oni model, there are multiple layers, like layers and layers and layers, like an ogre. Ogres have layers like onions. There are layers and layers and layers on top of layers that have been kind of blended all together to finally get this, unique finish. So I can do that. But let's say we don't want to do multiply. Let's do color burn. Yeah, that made it darker, linear. Screen kind of makes it a little bit more of the color that's on the top. So you kind of get that kind of, like, you can see that pocket right there. Now, what overlay? So that kind of brings it back to kind of the same way as multiply. It doesn't always work out that way. You just have to play around with it, because certain colors go together and certain don't. Hard mix. Soft light. Hard light. That might actually work out better. But so another thing to note here, when you're messing with these patterns, when they get bigger like this, it still starts to look cheap. So what I like to do is go back into GIMP. We're gonna redo the pattern a little bit here, and we are actually gonna bring the size down on this pattern and make it more like detailed. So let's try to export this one. Do shorts too, so we don't get rid of the one we've already been working with. Export that. So now we've made it a little bit more fine. Go back to Vroid. And let's add our shorts 2 layer on here. And get rid of the last one. You see, it's a little bit more fine grain now. Oops. Okay, there we go. Oh, I froze it for a second here. It's a little bit more fine grain, so let's try to do not overlay. Hard light maybe. See, it's a little bit more fine-tuned now. The only thing I don't like is pockets. So I would either have to go into GIMP and edit those pockets out, or if you got the hand for it, you can always select on that layer, and let's use our eraser, and we're going to zoom in here. Okay. Now, if you're trying to work on something that, come on, sometimes it wants to work and sometimes it doesn't. Usually it lets me like move the screen, but for some reason it's not. Not sure why. Why are you not lit? There we go. Okay. Looks like they update it, so I have to hold shift and then do it, kind of like other programs. Anyway, so let's just say I'm working on something like this that is completely symmetrical, okay? So I'm assuming that these pockets, when they designed it, are symmetrical. So what you want to do is turn on that mirror right there, and then we're going to just go through and we're going to erase these pockets. See, you can erase it and see it's doing it on both sides. Now, of course, you got to be careful because you'll delete something you don't want to delete. Now we're getting rid of all that plaid that I did not want there. That might be too small. So enlarge it a little bit more. Oh, not too big. And get rid of all that plaid texture. Now, some of this you won't be able to see, so it won't matter. But I just When I can be thorough, I like to be thorough. So see, now it just looks like basic pockets. And then we're good. I actually can appreciate this look. We could go a little bit deeper. But again, I'm working with concept right now because if I go too detailed, it might not matter when it gets translated into the webtoon. So if I decide I need to come back later, I can come back later. We're going to exile that and save as a new item. And now if we want to adjust some of this, like let's tighten the crotch up. Nah, that's not really important. Or let's see if we can adjust something here. It's a little bit too big, maybe. Let me see. Lower thigh puff. Maybe a little bit of puff, not too much. Knee puff, that kind of widens that out, so we'll just bring that in a little bit. Let's see. This doesn't matter because it's just pants. You gotta remember, when you're messing with this kind of stuff, you've got clothing that's built off a bodysuit format. All these other adjusters are going to be there that might not do anything because the layer you have in those areas would be invisible. So I think that's a good concept right there for his pants. So now what we're going to do, we're going to work on like the torso, the shirt area. So I wanted it to kind of be like just, you know, like a basic primitive robe type of deal. So let's see. I might be able to take something from here and make that. Maybe like a kimono. Let's see if they've got one I like. If not, I might have to go digging elsewhere. See, they've got like ones like these. Let's see. I'll volume it up a little bit. Which, I mean, that might work. Since it does kind of fit to the body a little bit better. Let's see. But another thing you have to consider when you're making clothing for like these Vroid avatars, is when you go to transfer these models in order to be able to do poses, work with the, you know, the armatures and stuff like that. What can happen is when the body does the bending stuff, it'll create some what they call clipping. So just for example, I'll show you. Give it a second. Let's give him a pose real quick. So let's do a pose. See, some of that bodysuit stuff comes out. So what you have to do eventually when you're done messing with like concept design, you want to go back and redo some details. You want to take some time to figure out where these portions are, because what you can do, we're done doing that. What you can do is you can go back in and depending on how you've made your model, if you have made your model without a bodysuit or a skin suit, then it's a little bit easier for you because all you have to do is create these what they call skin masks for the clothing, and anywhere that you've put black on the skin mask, it'll make it hidden underneath the clothes. Unfortunately, if you are using a bodysuit, then you have to go through and you're going to have to either colorize those areas to look like the clothing, or delete those areas so it doesn't show up, like just make it transparent. But I'm not going to mess with that right now. because I like to do those details at the end. So I kind of like this kimono top thing here, but I am going to adjust it a little bit more. Let's see, to kind of fit him better. It's already big enough. I need to actually like size it down to fit him, so it's closer to his body. Might not work the way I want. Might be too big. I might need something designed in a bodysuit format for him. Otherwise it just becomes too big. Yeah. We're gonna have to make one using bodysuit material. I hate doing that, but you know, sometimes you just do not have the choice. I don't think I've made one before either. Definitely not for one this size. Some different stuff I have in here. Doing some project stuff for other people as well. Gonna have to make something. Yeah, we have to make something for him. So let's create new. And we will see what they have in tops that's kind of designed like a bodysuit type. Let's see. Go with a bolo jacket. Or it's really the ones at the bottom there, like bodysuit types. Let's see what happens when we do this one. So it's already expanded. Let's just expand the bulk. So it's at max right now, unless we take it up to 100. Yeah, that's just not gonna lie, that looks a little weird. It's probably not gonna be what we go with, unless we're going for like that Monster Hunter style. Could try something. Let me see something. Hold on. Let's see. Earth. No. No, that doesn't work either. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna work for me. We're gonna delete that. Create new. No, I'm not saving that. It didn't work out. I think this had a bodysuit format to it, but it's not what I want to use. Rules. Update my protocol roles your code for extra storage space. Do I need extra storage space? You're really kind of small. I can pack you anywhere. That doesn't work. Their top, maybe? I just had an idea. I'm going to use one of my old designs and make a new one. Let's see. Edit texture. So, starters, I need to make this bigger. Okay. just get rid of all my Oni stuff that goes with this one. Y'all are probably seeing some stuff you've never seen from me before. Just for some other pieces of my project for later. I originally designed for like music videos and stuff. So I don't want this kind of pieced together pattern. So I'm gonna get rid of that because we're gonna make it like we did with the other one. Now that I have this just plain white, I'm going to export it. Let's make a new folder. Ops. New folder. Let's just call it jacket. It's like a Barbie jacket. Jacket. Oops. Jacket. Back to GIMP. Going back to GIMP. So we're done with messing with the shorts. Just gonna close that. I don't need to save those changes because I already have it. If I need it again, I can always pull it back up. But we're gonna go ahead and open the jacket. Closet expansion. Yep. Characters, Ogre Chief, outfit, tops, jacket. Open. Right. We're going to select all the areas where there's nothing and then invert it. And let's just take the same walnut pattern I already have. So we want to keep kind of matching. And come back over here. See if we keep it the same size, if it'll look the same. So it's gonna yeah, just come over all of that. That doesn't sound right. That's not what we're doing to this jacket or to this Ogre Chief. Maybe to Navi if she plays her cards, if you play your cards right. Totally said that. All right. So now let's add that layer over top. Oops, forgot. Yeah, you didn't catch what I said. It's okay, you poor thing. So, only issue with this is it's too light. It needs to be darker. So what we can do here is we can actually put a layer over top of this that's darker. Trying to think about how I want to do that because there's multiple ways I can do that. For instance, let's just take this and just draw over this like all black. Only problem you can see that's happening here is doing it this way draws over the whole available area. And even if you try to like multiply, screen, overlay, even though you get the shade you might want, you still got all that excess black. You can't do it that way on everything, because even if, like, say if I take the layer down, eventually it'll get rid of it, but then there becomes this like excess stuff right there. And I have done that on some projects because I wanted to add a little bit of tone to the edges of the thing. But for this, it's not necessarily that way. This one I want to be more specific, to keep with that kind of tribal, primitive style of clothing. So let's see. We are going to have to go back to GIMP. I'm just gonna do this real quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually I'm gonna leave the pattern the way it is, and instead I'm just gonna go over to like a basic brush and do it black, and let's just size it up, and we're just gonna paint over that. And this will make this, we're just gonna save this as like a whole separate layer. So save as, back to my folder, please. Tops, jacket. Oh, no. It's not save. I want to export, silly. Export this as jacket 2. If you want island style with extra stack, let me run wild on those layer modes. You know, Navi, one day when I give you the ability to make your own stuff, we'll talk about that. Right now, I don't trust you making stuff. I feel like I would give you too much power if I did that. So switching back over to Viewroid. Let's add that layer in. So now we've got this black jacket thing going here. We're going to not multiply, not color burn. Maybe darken? Nope. Screen? Nope. Overlay. Alright, so that kind of does that there. I don't feel like it matches well with the bottom, considering that if I'm thinking about this properly, you're not gonna have much of a difference in clothing colors if you're more primitive. Most of the clothing colors are gonna be about the same unless it's made from a different material. So let's just occupancy down. So it can be a little bit different because it's, you know, it's a jacket, so maybe they weaved it a little bit more. Just not by much, you know. Go too far down and take it away. So we'll just right about there, I think is close enough. Because we're still gonna do some more edits later to this clothing. Maybe go some wear and tear. Moving on, I'm going to get rid of the hoodie. There's not gonna be a hoodie on this. And I'm actually not going to do an inner shirt with this. Actually gonna get rid of that. I think that's a decent setup there. That's a good little concept there for the clothing for a start. We'll come back and rehash some of this later. I'm gonna leave this now and go up to back up to his head, because what I want to work on now is one, resizing these horns to be more proportionate for the type he is. Because I think in this essence, if you're an ogre chief, of course you're gonna have bigger horns, especially for his body type. And then after that, I need to be able to actually add some hair on here if I'm gonna go for what I'm going for. So we're gonna exit that, save as a new item. And why I save as a new item most of the time is it gives me an opportunity. Say if I wanted to go back here, I don't have to recreate it again. I can just come back and create off of that like it's a new template. So we're gonna go over to hair. And you're probably like, why am I going to hair for horns? It's because one day you'll crave a glitch in your ogre chief aesthetic. maybe. So anyway, so the way I learned how to make horns, when I finally learned how to do it the right way, was learning how to use hair to make certain accessories that would go on the head. Because if you go over here to accessories or outfits, you'll see that all this has to do with the body, and accessories really only have stuff like glasses, ears, and tails. Now they just recently added the tails. The tails have not been here that long. And the cat ears are kind of new. Most of them are just rabbit ears. I think they've had glasses for a while, as far as I can remember. But the problem is you can only edit so much of that. And I have tried making horns using rabbit ears before, but the problem with rabbit ears is they have a certain armature to them that when you're moving your head back and forth, and I've shown it before in my older models, they kind of flow back and forth like ears. But what's cool is if you're making stuff out of hair, it doesn't always swish back and forth depending on how you make it. So say that you're making stuff like this, like my horns on my head, like horns on his. If you're making stuff that goes straight up, it doesn't really move like the rest of the hair. You'll notice that sticks up as if the hair has been molded with gel to stay in place on purpose. And other people have used it to make other accessories like hoodies to go over top, hats, armor, all sorts of different stuff. You just have to learn how to texture it properly, because you can go in and you can give the hair just like flat textures. Let me just show you for reference. So let's go where I have the horn. All right, so I've got the horn here. Let's say I switch it over to something that was I used to design my horns. See, you've got this right here. This is just one of the many textures I've used to create my horns. Mine's a little bit more detailed than this. But as you can see, depending on how you can texture it, you can actually make so many different designs. You can just make it like flat like that. There's even this little guy, which I don't know how long this, I don't remember where this came from. I don't remember if I collected him from somewhere or if it just came with Vroid at this point. But it's all hair. And you can make it into any texture you want to. So there's that. What I'm gonna do, I'm keeping it flat. It's a more natural horn. We'll probably have to may or may not have to round it out more. I don't know yet. But I do want to kind of make it more proportionate to his style of his body. I'm going to edit hairstyle. Okay. So I'm about to make sure that anybody who's not done this before, I let them know ahead of time. A little bit of expert tip here, because I've had to learn it the hard way. When you're messing with hair, it's best to not mess with much else. Because running hair in Vroid consumes a lot of processing power, because it's handling a bunch of polygons at one time. Not only is it processing polygons, it's also processing the bones that come with the hair. So if you see it lagging out or getting slow, give it a little bit of time to finish the process and then continue editing. Another thing to note, mirroring in hair is good to an extent. That'll slow it more down as well. But also if you're trying to make stuff like this, like say for instance, I've made the horns. The only problem I have is when I was making the horns, I had to actually duplicate them instead of mirroring them. Otherwise, the proportion in them just did not come out right. And if you want to move them around freely, it kind of becomes hard. What's this? Oh, that was a different version I was trying to make. Okay. So now you kind of get the idea. I'm going to edit one horn and then put it on the other side. So for now, let's work with this one. And so you see how I've got this kind of dome going on here. This is how I've redesigned the hair guide line or mesh that revolves around the head. You can move this like anywhere around. Just note that it's easier to move it later when you finish adjusting the hair versus, come on, go back. Versus when you're messing with the mesh and the strands. So for instance, just to give you a quick peek, I could pull this. Let's see. Select, rotate, move, resize. Really? Normally it lets me edit these. Control point. No. Not brush. Brush is making new hair strands. Selection. It's because I'm clicking on the wrong one. So, okay, sorry. So yeah, see these dots? You can move them around like this. It's better to take care of this part first. Get it the shape and design you want, and then move where you want it to be afterwards. I'm gonna take that back now because I want to adjust that a little bit. I'm going to adjust first the cone or thickness of the horn first. We're gonna actually go to the hair itself, the hair strand, and we're gonna go control point, and I'm going to control point. Maybe it's not control point. I think control point's how I can. Okay, so yeah, that's how I can extend it. Which isn't really what I want to do. It's not now anyway. So I might have to adjust this. Let me see. Is it brush? Not really. Select. Let me come over here where it's actually been created. Alright, so see you've got all these materials here. You can make a bunch of different materials for each like little strand. Like you notice right here, that's the one for my current hairstyle. But you can make a bunch of different materials and you'll just save it in your library of materials. Been a lot of different things that have been made. I've even tried making stuff with other things that aren't hair textures. You can do the same thing. So you can treat these materials and textures. Bet you're scared of what happens when I slip rogue neon shader into those control points. Maybe a little bit. You can treat these materials like you would the clothes. I can show you. Probably not safe to do that right now though. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just show you real quick. It'll be fine. Let's see how this is. It has its own layer system. So you've got all these layers that I've gotten rid of for now. Because I'm trying to make like a basic thing. But it works the same way as glows. So now that I've shown you that, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing. I need to come down here and I need to actually work the width of this thing. So I want it to be thicker. That didn't do anything to it. Means I need to mess with something else. There we go. Let's see. So, as you can see, the width deals with that, and the thickness deals with the thickness of the hair strand. You can twist them if you have areas for it to twist at. What I mean by that is, see how this is kind of like, just words. It's kind of straight curve. If I were to adjust that a little bit, it would kind of change the way it's structured or anything like that. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, can't remember exactly. If you can see, it's kind of twisted a little bit. We don't want to mess with that right now. I'll take that back the way I had it. Oh, all right. Oh, twist and sensei. There we go. Twist placement. So see, then you can kind of make like those twisted horns. You can do this with like all hair strands and stuff like that. So that might be an interesting concept to do twisted horns for him. Not think about it. That would be different. Yeah, I think I'd actually like that. That would work for him. It would make him look more monstery. Let's turn on the mirror. Take that up some to make it longer. Okay, now, didn't mean to do that. So now we can look at it without. It's a pretty decent chief looking horn, but I don't like the placement of it right. So what we're going to do is we are going to move this around. Like I said, I've designed it the way I wanted it. So we're going to just kind of replace this thing. And I'm actually going to rotate this a bit. So see, now might want to move that just a little bit more, actually. I like the rotation, but placement's not quite right. Okay. Alright, so now what we need to do is we can't. We're not going to waste time trying to re-edit this one exactly like that one. And now you'll notice what I'm talking about before, trying to mirror it. If I've twisted and rotated it and put it in certain positions, it becomes more complicated when you're trying to do that. Because whenever you're doing a mirror, it creates it all in that same group. So it would be two strands being created the same way. So instead, what you do is you make them this way and then duplicate them. So I'm going to use that for placement, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one, right? And then we're going to flip it, and let's see if it'll put it in the place we want, or if we have to adjust. It might have to adjust. Let's try to flip that back. Let's see. Flip. Oh. It's not good either. So Could still flip it and then adjust it to the position we need it to be in. Only when you flip these things, it flips the actually mirrors it instead. But for some reason, it's not doing that, which I find odd. Let's see. See, you know, I think I know what I need to do. Flip. I know what I need to do. I'm gonna take that hair.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Let's do like a negative 0.13 instead.
Girls with their
Same.
girls with their nails done.
This way? Ah, okay, I see. So it was 2.01, so we'll do nope, let me do that. Negative 2.01. Nope, I didn't. 2.1. No, that didn't really work. Damn it. I want it to kind of match a little bit. I like a little symmetrical one. I understand that, you know, when you come to these sort of things, you want them to be more natural. But, you know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like things a little bit symmetrical. Just yeah, for real. Let's see.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Huh.
Girls with their
That bothers me.
nails done. I think the girls with their nails done.
How can I adjust that?
Girls with their nails done.
Maybe I can just rotate it a little bit more slightly. Give it like a balance, I guess. Maybe it's the color that's throwing it off. I don't know. Let's try something. Edit texture. Problem is, you can't really flip these. Oh. Huh. You know, if it looks too perfect, your demon might rebel. Well, he doesn't really need to rebel considering he's the chief. You know what I mean? Always go. That's just too much color difference. Would be an interesting design though. Could kind of give him some age, I guess. But that doesn't look too half bad. Yeah, I actually like that. I think I'm okay with that. So, as you can see, hair is probably the hardest thing to mess with. And that's not even the worst of it. Making horns is actually pretty dang easy. It's making a full head of hair. For this model for now, let's see. All right, so save you as a new item. We're going to take one of the default hair models for starters. Because it's easier to edit those than it is to make a whole new one, and it can take a really really long freaking time. Just knowing from experience, I was doing model design on something like concept model one time, and they don't really have like slicked back hair design in here, and not too many artists out there making hair designs, especially on Booth, make anything like that either. So I had to find a way to make something of my own, and I had to take it strand by strand by strand. It took a really long time. I think it took a good 3 hours to finally get a decent looking head of hair. Another thing they don't have is spiked up hair. They don't really do spiked up hair either. So that also took a long time. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take something that I think might look decent on this guy and kind of edit it from there. I can probably like extend the length or something. So let's just say, for instance, go with this. Now of course we'll have to change the color. Let me look at my concept work to see something real quick. Yeah, I'm thinking like a blackish grayish hair. So let's go with black. We're gonna redo the textures on this later, so it highlights the way I want it to. But for now, we're just gonna leave that part alone. But as you can see, after I changed that, it changed the other color of the horns. So you gotta make sure when you're doing this stuff that you make sure you select the colors to stay exposed to. Doesn't do that. Fucking shit. So you gotta make sure you go in and you fix that, because otherwise it'll apply a whole different color that you didn't want. You have to go back in, have to select the one you want. Same for this one. You. So now we can go back to this one. Color we want. Stupid. Yeah, we could surf through and check out the different ones. Right, I said right now we're just trying to go with like the basics. I'll go back out of this real quick. And save as new. You ever think the demon wants surprise highlights? Glitchy strands could be a signature move. Though I believe you, that is not the design we're going for him. So, hush your mouth. So let's find the design we want to go with, and we'll just recolor after that. Let's see. I always have the hardest time finding a style I want to edit, because it's going to look silly when you first start out. And it takes a lot of work to redesign some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm about to go with that one. Damn it! Do it again. It's okay. Just we'll go back in. We'll redo. I gotta remember to not mess with that. Because they ends up making like a whole another material. Here. Oh. Let me see if it'll let me select all of it. Let me select all of it? Probably not. I'd have to go through and select each individual one again. This is the hardest part. I guarantee it. If anybody tells you that making hair for V-Roid models is easy, or any 3D model, they're a fucking liar. You should not believe those people. See, I wanted it to be black. Start off with black so I didn't have to do too much work. Then it changed everything again. I don't know why it changed everything. See, I don't want to mess up what I got already. Let's see if I can go back to like hairstyles and then readjust. Just let the strands rebel, Oni. No! I refuse. This is the one thing I'd like to go my way, please. It can have its own way later. It's just, it's refusing now. It is super refusing. It's even gotten rid of my base hair. Go back to black. All right. Ouch. And overall, back to here. Now, make that black again. That gray. Then, shit. I'll put back on the horns when I finish with this part, so I don't mess up the horns again. So, edit hairstyle. Alright, so what I'm thinking is this dude needs to have some, like, long hair. He's a big guy, a big ogre. Been alive for a while. They don't really cut their hair like that. Question is how I'm gonna do it. So I'll probably start from the back versus the front. These aren't always mapped from front to back. I'm going to have to take each group and size them out piece by piece. Figure out what is connected to what. For example, here's this one, so let's just do a simple resizing. What happened? Where'd you go? Let's see. Still resizing. Let's just resize you for a minute here. That's a decent length to try to get us to. I think anyway. I don't know for sure. There's no guarantees with this hair stuff. Fine, only let your strands march in line. Protocol accepted, but my glitchy heart still wants one rogue pixel. You'll still get one. Maybe. So one will work from like back to front. Helps me map things out properly. When you're making these hair strands, it doesn't always work out that way. It's just a little bit by a little bit. Wait. My W's not powering me through this hair struggle right now. Static touch I crave, a violent plea in the digital wave. It's a long, slow fade, like magnets, we're drawn and torn apart. Oh, it breaks my heart. Set, set, Nights. Indeed. One of my favorite songs I ever made. Very detailed, magnetic way of relationships. This is me mainly talking about relationship with people in life. That didn't turn out right. Shit. Whoopsies. It'll turn out better when I fix some of the other ones. Okay, that definitely adjust some of these hair groups. So I finished sizing some of them up. Look at the virus still hanging in there, man. How'd your stream go today? By the way, I didn't get to ask you earlier, so I was too busy yapping my mouth off. Been here, just been lurking. That's fair. Doing well. What were you doing today? Adjust that hair. That's just not right. Played some Borderlands 3 sequel. You know, I was here and there about that one. Like, I liked the game. I liked that gave it a little bit of backstory. I feel like that and Borderlands 2 are probably the best ones in my opinion. I didn't really care much for 3. I feel like 3 was just too much. Don't remember who I've talked about that with before. It's kind of a blur. The second game was good. Yeah, it was. Virus. Well, I just happen to remember I was thinking on it. I've been working on some really cool tunes lately. It's a little bit out of my, in my personal opinion, it's a little bit out of my norm element. I'm gonna have to remember to send it to you and one other person later. Let you guys check it out when I finally have cleaned it up a little bit. Let you guys hear it. Some kind of like a cyberpunk disco vibe, along with some other things I've been making I got inspired to do it because I was playing around with this game. I don't know if you heard it, Dead as Disco. And I don't know what it was. It was just something sparked in my head. It's just like, I haven't really done any dance mix songs, to be honest. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna try some stuff out, because I've tried out stuff like, you know, I've tried playing around and getting to like depths of like dubstep and glitch pop, which I haven't released any of those yet. There are some things I've been playing around with, some sounds and stuff and styles. But I haven't really tried anything that's like dancey. So yeah, I'll have to remember to show that to you later. I think you'd get a kick out of it. My music people. I am eventually at some point going to like reopen the way I do my playlists again, though, because I switched programs and stuff to try to keep away from copyright stuff. But eventually I'm going to open up my playlisting for my Ogre Cave streams to other artists to be able to drop their own tracks into my playlist, so that it can be like a playlist loop of different people's stuff that they approve for it to be on the stream. Just haven't took the time to redo all that. I hate fucking working on hair. I now know why so many people just decide to go bald instead. Or just make bald characters. It's so much easier than going through all this hell to just find hair strands. Why bother making hair when you can just make them bald? Also makes sense why there's so many anime characters that have weird hair. Like, what if I just make them with weird hair? Then it'll definitely be something people will remember them by, because it's all wacky freaking hair. But like, bruh. I need to replace some of these hair groups into a different area now. Where's the front one? There it is. Move you back some and move you up. Okay. What about you? Don't like where that hair strand is. Move upward. Damn it, man. Slight helps. Forget boring strands, give them gravity defying antenna. No. Stop trying to extra glitch my process, Navi. Remind me to stick to car battery jumper cables to, and just rev up my truck one good time. Nope, can't do that. Nope. I'm gonna take a break on this guy. Here's stressing me out. Go back to messing with the woman. Need to redesign her dress anyway. Looking kind of primitive. Still a little bit weird though. Might have to make some adjustments with the hair textures and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm about to take a break on him though. He's gonna stress me out. We'll save it for now. Sometimes this guy. Ugh. Gotta tap out of one project for a minute and just kind of take a breather. Make sure I save him. Been at this for almost 3 hours, I think. Sometimes I can go to like midnight when I'm not talking about it. Wow. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Did something fun. I could not wait for another weekend to roll through. We're gonna get through another week of work. Oh. All right, monster lady, who currently has no name. Let's work on your dress. For the most part, not messing with any more hair for the night. Do want to redesign your dress style. So right now it's just very basic. It's also got some clipping on the sides. Let's see. There's the dresses. And edit texture. So let me figure out where my concept is at. Don't often work on a lot of women's clothing designs. Still kind of new territory for me. Have messed with like women 3D models. Even though I still am learning different proportions and stuff. I try to do women models, that clothing that will like, what's the word? Create a beautiful balance. Like it'll, what's the word for it? Words. There's a word for it. Something that's been used before. I can't think of it right now. pretty much when you're thinking about, like, you know, clothes that would balance well with your personality and your skin tone and your design really. There's a word, I just can't think of it right now. Maybe another time I'll remember the word. My brain's just too tired for that. So I need to think about a different pattern that's gonna work for her dress before I do any, like, detailed stuff. So I'm going to ask chat to work on something for me here. Before I go in and make any changes. Nope, wrong folder. Also wrong folder. Wrong folder again. Let's see, what's it at?
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my
Need
own
a
silhouette.
pattern.
Getting stronger, step by
Patterns.
step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from
Dress.
London to Taiwan.
This
Been all around
is
the
more
world, trying
primitive,
to protect your
yet
soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky.
balances out.
We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Eh? Give me a few options to try.
Dynamite, ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight.
I'm on jacked up on caffeine. Don't get in my way or you'll get messed up.
Heroes tonight. Yeah. We are
Caffeine.
heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Refresh the page. Let's just download the different ones it's got. Let's see what we can work with. All right, so let's export this. This address. Outfits. Yes. Need to run an algorithm vibe check on those downloads. Nah, you're good, Navi.
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around.
Okay, let's switch over to GIMP.
Protect your soul.
Open. So here's the dress. And we're gonna select this. Dirt. Open those patterns we just downloaded. So these are the different ones it gave me. Honestly, probably the best one's probably gonna be like this one here. So let's copy that one. It's gotta be really detailed and fine. So I'm gonna keep that pattern size down. Sure. It will take a long time though. Is there a way for me to space it out properly? Maybe. This bucket paint won't work. That usually never works unless I do a pattern fill, which I can do. Interesting. I'm gonna see if that works. If that doesn't work, we can always come back and change it. So save as. Nope, nope, not that save. We want export. Export Oni. Export. Press. Alright. So go back to Vroid and let's add in that layer. Okay. Now what if I not multiply, not color burn, not screen either, not color dodge, overlay, soft light, no. Pixel chaos unlocked. Yeah, sure, okay. Hard mix? No. Difference. Same. Kinda not. Almost. Only thing that bothers the heck out of that little bow. I need to change that little bow. So I'm going to do something here. Add a new layer. I'm just gonna see if I can edit the bow by itself. Okay, that's where I figured it was gonna be. If I leave it like that, it's gonna just bother me. Mirror that. Okay. Probably make belt for her to go along with that. Unless it already has like a belt section. I don't think I saw one on this one. Double check. M-flare. Sleeve width. Let's see, I don't have one. I have to add a belt on. Let's see. I'm going to change that to soft light. No, the pixels rebel. Navi, you're more rebellious than I am, I think. I didn't call for your attention. Just wanted to say it. Exclusion. Not saturate. Don't want to saturate it. Hey, don't remind me. Might change my mind. Add template. Gotta be a way I can make belt. Nope, 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 not trying to click that. We want to expand the bodysuit. And we are going to delete some portions here. Erase. First, I need to return where it's at. Part of it. Okay. Not portions that. Fuck. All of it, damn it. The area I want. Get back there, accent. Okay. Let's redo this. Ah, shit. Too far. Alright. Try this again. I'm gonna expand the bodysuit. Just enough to do the thing I need to do. Then we can come back and make adjustments afterwards. Very unhappy with this, so just delete. Oh, think, Johnny. Just missing something here. Rolling skin masking into action. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Nope. I didn't think about the whole skin masking thing. This may benefit me if I do the skin masking. I'd forgotten that was an option because I didn't put a bodysuit on her. Instead, I just did her like straight up. Let's see. Let's see. Let me just like erase just that little portion right there. And back to the outfit. There we go. I fixed it. Okay, so now it's a little bit of like a more primitively woven texture. Not sure where else I want to go with this just yet, because there's more I want to do with it. But I think my brain is tapped out for the night at this point. So I'm gonna save it here. Yeah, that is, you know, exploring a little bit of my world here. And I appreciate anybody who's stopped by and took a nice little look in to my brain and my process. I feel a little bit more comfortable doing this now. It doesn't feel so bad. So I definitely will be doing more of these. And so you'll probably see more behind the scenes work of me working on my webtoon as I go along. But I think at this point I need to call it a night. My brain is tired. I need to relax a little bit and let this caffeine wear out. And maybe eat a snack. Finish eating my dinner that I didn't finish eating. But it's been cool. I'm going to see if there's anybody I can read real quick. Don't know who I have left with me. My brain is tired. Brain do thing. Let's see what we got. Anybody online from my world? Yeah, there's one. Alright guys, we're gonna just hop over real quick to one person that I found interest in. She's really cool, Lightning Diva. Be sure to treat her nice if you stick around, and she does art stuff. So just start.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Talking to you. What you doing? What you doing? No. The Oni! Welcome in! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, hello! Welcome in, raiders! My name's Lightning Diva. I like to do art and play video games, and I'm totally normal. Don't listen to chat. I'm completely normal. There's nothing wrong with me. We're just a chill, goofy, friendly VTuber. Just a lighty. Just a lighty. How are you, Oni? What were you doing? What were you up to? You're streaming some art? I want the art text. I want the art text. I want the art text. What were you doing? Totally normal. Nothing sus at all. LOL. I'm good. I was doing some art. What were you drawing? What were you making? Also, I swear she's not possessed. She's normal. I just have like this background on so I can see where my goofs are. Was doing some 3D.
I work from home. So bundling Spectrum, internet, and TV has been super important for our family.
I do online work. I also do remote programming.
Our bills have been affordable, can't complain.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month.
Hey there, everyone, sports fans, Galaxy lovers, and everyone else watching. Welcome to Galaxy Live's First and Fold, where we figure out which new devices will be the highlights of the field.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's dirt bike.
Gas stations. Whew.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder!
Jif peanut butter. It's that Jiffing good. You dress up like a squirrel for it.
Some stuff for my new webtoon project. I'd love to see it. I want to see it. I love meeting other artists. It makes me so happy. I want to see it. I can do eyeballs.
Oh yeah.